Welcome to Programming Knowledge. So today we will learn about type conversion. So first let us try about converting string to integer. But before that I would like to tell you one thing, that for writing comments we can use double slashes and write an inline comment, and we can also use slash followed by a star and then again star followed by space, and then over here we can write blocks of code, and then the final one is 3 slashes, and over here we can write the documentation. Okay, so back in the program, let's try converting string to integer. So to convert string to integer, we create a variable var 1, and then I will write int dot parse, and inside this will be my string value. So suppose I enter 1. Now to check if 1 has an integer value, so we will write assert 1 equals digit 1. Assert is a built-in function to verify that the thing is as required or not. Okay, so now let's try adding some value to 1. If it is an integer, it will add without any problems. Over here I have written the wrong spelling, it will be assert. Now if I try to run the program, you can see 11 is the output. So over here you can see we have given 1 as a string input, then it has been converted to integer, and then I have added 10 to it and then printed. So 10 plus 1 is 11. Now we will try to convert integer to string. Integer to string. So for that I'll create a variable to store. I will write 1 is equal to 1, which is an integer, dot to string. Okay, now if I add some values, it should be concatenated to the end of the variable. So I will write 1 plus equal to reshuff, and now if I try printing it, the output is 1 reshuff. That means this integer 1 is converted to string, and then reshuff is added at the end of the string 1. So this is how we convert an integer to string. Now to convert a decimal to string, we have two methods. First is the one similar to which we have seen just now, var 1 is equal to 3.1234, that is the decimal or double value, dot to string. And the other method is var 1d is equal to 3.1234 dot to string as fixed 2. So this basically means that the string will have only 2 decimal places. So let's check that, and to check that we use assert keyword, and then we will write 1d is equal to, so as we have converted it to string, we will keep it inside quotes, 3.12, and now then we will try printing. So we'll write 1d. Now if I click on run, the output should be 3.12. So you can see the output is 3.12. So this is how we convert an integer to string, string to integer, decimal to string, and also how to trim the decimal places. After type conversion, let's discuss about operators. So let's start with unary operators. So first I'll create a variable a and store 10 in it. Now to add some value to a, we can write a is equal to a plus 10. So what this will basically do is add 10 to a and then again store it inside the variable a. Let's check it by printing it. So the output is 20. Similarly, we can do for minus. The output is 0, and it will be same for multiplication as well as division. So we can reduce the length of the code if we want. So to reduce, we will write a is equal to a plus equal to 10. So this will also do the same purpose, that is to add 10 to a and then again store in it. So if I run this, the output should be 20. Similarly for minus, for multiplication and for division. Next type of operators is increment and decrement operators. So if I write print a plus plus and then again print a, the output will be 10 and 11. That means first this statement got executed, then the value of a was incremented by 1 and then a's value became 11 and it got printed here. But if I give the plus plus before a and then if I click on run, the output will be 11 and 11. That means before the execution of the statement, a got incremented by 1, as you can see in the console. Similarly for decrementing, we can use minus minus. Now if I click on run, the output will be 10 and 9. That means first the statement got executed, then the value was decremented. And now similarly, if I put minus minus before a and run it, then the value will get decremented first and then the statement will be executed. After unary operators, we have relational operator. So to learn about relational operator, I will create 2 more variables where b is equal to 5, where c is equal to 15, and one more variable where d is equal to 10. So to check equality between any two variables, we write if a is equal to d. That means if a equals d, then print true. So the output is true. And now if I change this d to b and then click on run, there is no output because we don't have an else condition. So I'll write else print false. Now if I click on run, the output should be false. We will learn about if and else in details in the future tutorials. We will learn about if else in details later in this course. So after checking equality, there is an operator that checks for greater than equal to case. So if I write if a is greater than equal to b, then the output should be print true, else print false. Now if I run this, the output should be true. That is because the B has 5 stored in it and A has 10 stored in it. So as 10 is greater than 5, this condition is true. And now if I change to D, then again the output will be true, because A has 10 stored in it and D has 10 stored in it. So A is equal to D. So the condition is true. And now if I change it to C, the output will be false, because 15 is neither greater than nor equal to 10. Now after this we have less than equal to, and if we run this, the output will be true. That means 10 is less than 15, which is true. And now if I change it to C itself, then also the output will be true. That is because 15 is equal to 15. Now after this we also have only less than, that means 15, we have to check if 15 is less than 15. So the output should be false, as 15 is equal to 15 but not less than 15. And now if I change it to D, the output will be true, as 10 is less than 15. And if now I change it to greater than, then the output will again be false, as 10 is not greater than 15. So this is how we use relational operators. Now another type of operators is logical operators. So there are 3 types of logical operators. The first one is logical and its symbol is and it checks and it returns true if both the conditions are true, otherwise it will return false. So let check if D is greater than B. So if this is the condition, let's see what is the output. So the output is false. As you can see, D is less than C, that means 10 is less than C, that means this condition is false and this condition is true. And as I told you, and returns true only when both the conditions are true. As one of the condition is false, it returns false and the else statement gets executed. And now if I change it to greater than, that means now both the condition will be true, and if I try to run it, the output should be true, and as you can see, the output is true. Now the next type of logical operator is OR operator, and the sign is this. Now OR operator returns true if any of the condition is true. So suppose, and if both the conditions is true, it will always give true as the result. So now if I run, the output will be true. And now even if I make one of the condition false, the output will still be true. That means if one of the condition is also true, the output is true. And now if I make both the conditions false, then the output will be false. And then the final type of operator is not. So over here, if I write A is not equal to 10, then the output should be false. But as you know, the A is having 10 stored in it, so the output is false, because 10 is equal to 10 and not equal to 10. I hope you are understanding. So this was about operators. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you.